Are your growth efforts for your SaaS gaining ground? I just finished reading the B2B SaaS Retention Benchmarks Report produced by SaaS Capital Insights. True bedtime reading, just kidding. But to answer this question, let's first take a look at a key metric called Net Revenue Retention, or NRR. Now, net retention greater than 100% indicates that your company's revenue from existing customers exceeds the revenue lost from churn customers. Makes sense, right? Within a specific period, let's just look at last year. In other words, it shows that the company not only retained its existing customers, but also expanded its revenue from those customers. Okay? Now, according to this report, the median net retention for 2023 remained steady at 102%. So it's the same in 2022 as 2023, likely same in 2024, we'll see. But what does a net retention rate of 102% really mean? Well, it means that there was a growth of 2% in the revenue generated from the existing customer base over a specific period after accounting for churn, okay? So this growth can come from upselling, cross-selling, price increases, upgrades, etc. And that's all to existing customers. So essentially, the company not only retains its existing customers, but also successfully increased the revenue from those customers, leading to overall revenue growth of 2%, okay, from that existing base, despite any customer churn that may have occurred. Now, here's where it gets sort of interesting. The U.S. inflation rate for the 12 months ending December was 3.4%. If we assume the net retention in 2024 looks similarly to the reported metrics of 2023, the existing customer base increase doesn't account for that inflation, meaning revenue retention is underwater. Okay, simply put, right? So on the surface, it all looks pretty good. It's over 100%. Yay. It's not really okay. So what can you do? Wouldn't you like to keep your net revenue retention net positive with inflation? Then all of your acquisition and new sales adds to growth. And that's what you want, right? Think of it like this. When churn decreases, not only does the company retain a higher percentage of its existing revenue base, but it also maintains a larger customer base from which it can grow and generate additional revenue from upselling, cross-selling, upgrades, price increases, etc. Make sense? So this can lead to an exponential increase in your net retention because of three main factors. First, revenue preservation. Lower churn means more of the existing revenue is preserved, directly improving net retention rates. Okay. Second is revenue expansion. With more customers retained, you've got greater opportunities for revenue expansion from that base through upselling, cross-selling, additional products or services, etc., right? And it's easier to sell an existing customer than get a new one. So third, compounding growth. Now this is cool. As the retained customer base grows, the potential for future revenue growth from that base compounds, creating a virtuous cycle of growth and retention. So what does that mean for SaaS companies? Well, it means that by actively focusing on reducing churn, we can not only retain more revenue, but also create exponential growth opportunities. So taking a holistic approach that considers the entire customer experience, not just from when they find out about you to sale, but from product market fit to onboarding to customer support, etc. That whole experience can unlock efficiencies that drive revenue growth and establish your SaaS as the premier solution in your market. It sets up for foundation of ongoing and sustained revenue growth that has new acquisitions feed into that foundation, creating a flywheel effect. Sounds pretty good, right? So let's wrap this up. It's crucial to understand the significance of net revenue retention and the role of reducing churn. As the report so aptly stated about focusing on revenue retention, and since we're in the Super Bowl timeframe, it's the SaaS version of offense wins games, defense wins championships. You want to be a champion in your market.